Hello, I'm Tenzin and I am a pre and postnatal yoga instructor. I'm going to be taking you through this yoga flow to open through the chest, ease the muscles of the back of the shoulders and the neck. Now before you begin, please do make sure that you've checked with your GP or midwife and that you are all cleared for exercise. I'll of course give different modifications and options, but it's really important that you listen to your body and you choose what feels appropriate for you. In terms of kit, we're going to be using some blocks, or if you don't have blocks, thick books can work just as well. And we're also going to be using a bolster and a strap. If you don't have either of those, the edge of a sofa or a long sock, a top, can work just as well. Okay, so we are going to do most of this flow in a seated position. So you can either be down on the floor, just with your legs crossed. If you do want a little bit of extra support for the hips, you can pop a block underneath just so we're not kind of restricted by tightness through the hips. I don't even mind if you want to do this sat on the sofa, just being comfy is what matters. So once we've found that nice, comfortable seated position, we're going to begin with some shoulder rolls. So I'm going to get you to bring your shoulders forwards. We're going to bring the shoulders up, squeeze them together, and then try and draw the shoulder blades down on the back. That's a bit that is a little bit alien. We're very good at forwards and up, especially if we spend a lot of time stressed. It's those shoulders together and down that can take some getting used to. So we're going to spend a few more rolls here, just warming up the shoulders, really focusing on pulling the shoulder blades down, almost towards our hips. Let's take one more, maybe linking the breath with it. So inhale, shoulders come forwards, up. Exhale as you squeeze the shoulders together and down. Let's go for just one more. Inhale, shoulders forwards, up. Exhale, squeezing together and down. Okay, take a moment, either in stillness, maybe you want to just give the shoulders a little bit of a wiggle. We're going to do exactly the same thing, but taking the shoulders in the opposite direction. So this time I'm going to get you to inhale. Think about shoulders pulling down first, then they squeeze together. Exhale as they lift up and come forwards. And then again, inhale, shoulder blades squeeze down, together. Exhale, up and forwards. We've got 3 more here. As the shoulders start to get a little bit warmer, maybe you can try and make those circles just a little bit bigger. Crunching, clicking, it's all normal, don't worry. We've got 2 more. So inhale, down, together. Exhale, up, forwards, last time. Lovely. Just allow the shoulders to come to stillness. Shibbling around, getting nice and comfortable. We are going to now stretch out through the chest. So, first option, I'm going to turn just so you can see. Palms come to the lower back here. We want to draw the shoulders down away from the ears, and then we're thinking of squeezing the shoulder blades together. Elbows draw together. If that's not quite giving you a stretch through the chest, you may actually want to interlace the hands, pull the hands down towards the floor, and then if you want, arms are coming away. Either option, hands at the back or hands interlaced, we really want to make sure that we are supported from the core here. There may be a slight lifting of the chest. That's fine. Just try not to overextending through the front of our bellies. We're nice and supported by the core, and it's just a little lift from the chest. We're going to take a few more breaths here. So inhale, drawing the shoulders down, whichever option you're taking. Exhale, maybe trying to allow the shoulders to soften. And again, inhale. You can take the head gently side to side if you want. Exhale, letting it go. Last time. And then release, bringing the hands to the knees again. Take a few shoulder rolls, head can move, doing what you need. Now, for this next one, we do need to bring our hands behind us. So I do not mind if you need a block behind, because again, I want you to focus on not overextending through the front of our tummy. So it may be then helpful to have the hands elevated behind you. So making sure we are grounded on top of the hips, hands come behind. Fingertips pointing away, palms are flat, and then we're going to think about lifting the chest. So if I had a logo, well I do have a logo, on my chest, I'm trying to show it to the ceiling, keeping the shoulders down and away from the ears. Gaze can be forwards, or if you do want to lift, think about almost at a 45-degree angle, gaze towards the ceiling. Try not to over compress the back of the neck. We want it still to be nice and long. So few breaths here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Exhaling. Last time. See if you can lift through the chest, just the chest, a little bit more. And then bringing hands back to the knees, really centering yourself. Take a few shoulder rolls. We're going to do the same thing, but this time with the fingers pointing towards the bottom. You may find that your wrists come up a little bit more. That's absolutely fine. And we're going to feel this stretch through the front of the shoulders. So hands come behind, again, elevating with a block if you need. Fingers towards the bum. And then when you're comfortable, lifting the chest to the ceiling, making sure we stay right on top of the hips with the gaze either forwards or maybe it's slightly lifted. Shoulders are down and away from the ears. Nice soft breaths here. So we're really using that exhalation to let our body relax. And again, inhale. Exhale, maybe that chest can lift a little bit more, shoulders squeezing together. Final breath. And then bringing yourself all the way up. Hands come to the knees, roll the shoulders, alrighty. Okay, so we are gonna now do a little bit more of an intense stretch for the shoulders. So I'll give you a couple of options for this one. First is just to bring the hands out in front into prayer, and then if we can, forearms come together, maybe elbows are touching. If you are comfortable with eagle arms and you want to take it, one arm is going to be out, the other elbow rests to the top, and then you've either got palms touching, or if you can, you bind the arms so they're touching that way. From here, you are tucking the chin to the chest and allow the upper back to round. And then once you're in that position, either one, I'm going to ask you to draw the shoulders down on the back. Think about lifting the arms up to get you that to get you that stretch down the back of the shoulders. So whichever variation you are taking, really draw the shoulders down on the back. Think of pulling the arms up. So we've got this two-way pull of shoulders down, arms lifting to get you that nice stretch through the backs of the shoulders. Chin stays nice and tucked. Upper back is rounding. Let's take a few more breaths here. So inhale. Exhale. Can you pull the hands a little bit higher? One more. Exhale to pull. To come out of it, we're going to lift the chin, lift the chest, elbows come towards you, unravel, hands to the knees. Take that little roll of the shoulders, releasing. Let's do the other side. If you just took our first option, take it again, you're just getting more of a stretch. So hands together, elbows together, or other arm is out. Elbow slots on top of the other with either palms together or wrapping around. Allow the upper back to round, tucking the chin to the chest. And then wherever we are, we're drawing the shoulders down on the back, lifting the arms up to get you that nice stretch through the back of the shoulders. So, inhale, shoulders pull down. Exhale, try and get those arms even higher up. And again, inhale, shoulders drawing down on the back. Exhale to lift the arms. To come out, lift through the chin, allow the chest to lift, arms come in towards you, unravel, hands to the knees, roll. Okay, that was quite an intense stretch, so we're gonna calm things down by stretching out through the neck. So, nice and gentle. If your legs are feeling a little tired in this position, you can take them out. I really don't mind, just want you to be comfortable here. So we're gonna bring one ear to the shoulder. Take a nice big breath in here. As you exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest. If you can, get it all the way to touch so we get that nice stretch down the back of the neck. And then inhale, bringing the opposite ear to the opposite shoulder. Exhale, let the head feel nice and heavy. As we inhale, we're going to take the chin through the center as opposed to dropping it back. Again, I just want you to keep the back of the neck nice and long. And then exhale, ear to opposite shoulder. Inhale, chin to chest, going as low as you can with that chin. Exhale, ear to the other side. Coming up through center. We're going to do one more time this direction. So, ear to shoulder. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths here. Chin to center of the chest. Finding that stretch down the back of the neck. We can hold so much tension here. It can feel really good. Just for this gentle movement, ear to shoulder. And then bringing yourself up. Good. Take a little moment here before we go the other way. We've got 3 circles going in the other way. Hopefully neck, shoulders are starting to feel a little bit looser. See if you can deepen into that stretch. So nice big inhale. Exhale, ear. We're going the other way, remember, to shoulder. Inhale, chin to chest. Getting that stretch through the back of the neck. Exhale, ear the other way. And then bringing yourself up through center. If you want to, go ahead, allow the eyes to close. So you're really drawing that focus inwards. Allowing the body to slow, the breath to deepen. We've got one more circle. So ear to shoulder. Tuck the chin. Ear the other way. And then back through center. Allow the eyes to open, rolling those shoulders. Okay, we're gonna stretch into the shoulders now. So for this one, we will need strap, or as I said, if you've just got like long pair of socks, that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna swivel so you can see what's going on behind my back. If we're using a strap, we want to hold the top, allow it to drop behind us, and then the opposite hand is just grabbing a hold here. If you don't have a strap, you can bring one hand to the nape of the neck, other hand grabs the lower back, and we're holding onto our top there. If you do want to work on the binds, maybe fingertips interlace behind you. Whichever variation we're taking, we really want to make sure that we're keeping our torso on top of the hips so you're not tempted to overstretch through the tummy. And then we're trying to bring the chest down. So it's really a shoulder stretch as opposed to a chest opener. And then work that top arm back if you can, if you have the space. So we'll take a few breaths here. This can feel quite intense. So just nice, soft, deep breaths. Lovely. To come out of this, we want to drop the bottom arm down, out, other arm follows, and then take a few shoulder rolls. Let's go to the other side. So again, if you are using strap, holding at the top, allowing it to come down behind you, grabbing a hold, you've got the option of top, or if you are gonna bind, fingertips together. Again, reminder that we should be having ribs down, torso right on top of hips, and then we're pulling that top shoulder back so we're not compressing the back of the head with our arm. Using your exhalation to soften, trying not to grip or tense, even though this can feel quite intense as a shoulder stretch. Last breath here. And then your reminder to come out of this, bottom arm is down, out, and then roll the shoulders. Okay. We've got some arm circles now, just to find that movement into the shoulders, stretching out the chest a little bit. So I'm gonna get you to have the hands by the sides. You are gonna need a little bit of space behind you. So if you are sat on the sofa, maybe just shimmy yourself to the edge so you're not gonna hit anything behind you. We want to find a little bit of external rotation in our shoulders here. So we're turning the palms to face out, and you should feel a gentle squeezing of the shoulder blades together behind you. From here, we want to keep those shoulder blades squeezing together. Arms come forward. We're really trying to turn those palms out. Arms lift. They're going to come as far behind you as is comfortable. So there's no need to overstretch here. Keeping the palms away from you. Pinkies should still be leading, and we arrive where we started. We're gonna reverse that movement now. So arms come behind you. Think of thumbs leading all the way around. Keep those shoulders squeezed together so we are still in our external rotation. Good. Take a moment here, reset. So find that external rotation. Shoulders squeezing together, pinkies lead as we lift the arms all the way up. Getting them as far behind you as you can. Again, you might hear some crunching, some creaking into the shoulders. It's all good, don't worry. Let's reverse. So hands come behind you. Good. We're gonna take 2 more of these arm circles. Really try now, as we're a little bit more comfortable with the movement, to take the arms as far forward as you can. Maybe you can increase that range of movement behind you. Same as we reverse. Last time. Excellent. Okay, hands come to the knees, roll the shoulders, do what you need. Maybe you want to take a little sway through the spine, moving out through the neck. So I'm going to get you to come into a balasana or child's pose. So for this, you may want to have a block in front of you, as well as in between the feet here. So with child's pose, we want our knees nice and wide so that we're making space for our belly, and you're supported with that block so you're not worrying about getting the hips to the floor. That block there is for your forehead, and you can have the forearms to the floor to give you a little bit of extra support. Now, if you do have a regular yoga practice and you would like to work into the shoulders a little bit more, we can take a puppy pose here. However, be mindful that we don't want to be overextending through the spine like you would do with a normal puppy pose. So with this, we would really want to engage the core so our spine stays straight, our lumbar is in a neutral position, arms are out, and then you're more just thinking of easing the head towards the arms as opposed to opening out through the chest. So that is your option if you want to take a puppy pose. Otherwise, take a moment in that child's pose so it's nice and supportive. Weight of the head is supported by a block. Taking a few breaths here, whichever version you've chosen. If you're in that child's pose, as you breathe in, maybe feeling the belly pressing into the thighs. Exhale, can you let the weight of the head fall more into the block or the floor? Last one. And then use the hands to bring yourself up if you're in a child's pose. If you're in that puppy pose, just press the arms down into the floor to lift the chest. Hands support you, and we're coming back to the shins here. We're going to finish with a really nice back supported chest stretch. So for this, you are going to need a bolster and a block. You may need several depending on how far along into your pregnancy you are. So we're going to place block to the floor, take our bolster and prop it on that so we're at that nice 30-degree angle. Make sure that it is stable before you go ahead and lie. We are shimmying our bottom away so that we can lie with the back and the head supported by the bolster. If you need extra support for the lower back, find those feet hip width, maybe even a little bit wider, and then allow the knees to knock together. From here, we're going to bring the arms up so the palms are touching, and then nice and gently we open the arms out, back so the hands come to the floor, and we're going to finish our practice here. So the eyes are closed, and we're feeling really supported by that bolster. Gravity is doing most of the work for us in this chest stretch, so it's pulling on the arms, allowing the chest, the shoulders to open. And we're going to finish with a little bit of meditation or mindfulness here. So oftentimes meditation can feel a little bit inaccessible, or maybe we think that we don't have the focus for it. But it's just about practicing having our mind on one thing, which is really useful for life, for motherhood, being able to just focus on that one thing. So I'm going to ask you to focus just on your breath, really noticing the physical sensations that happen in your body as you breathe. Your mind is going to wander off, that's normal. When it does, just ask it to come back to this, your breath. So noticing how it feels in the body as you breathe in through the nose. How does it feel as you exhale? Inhaling, can you feel the air traveling in through the nose? Does it expand the belly, the ribs? Does the chest rise? As you exhale, can you feel the warmth of the air as it leaves your body? Does your belly fall, ribs contract? We're going to stay here for a few more moments, really just being focused on these physical sensations. If the mind does wander off, just bring it back to this. Soft, deep breaths with a relaxed body. Very nice. Gently wiggle fingers, toes, allow the eyes to open. taking that movement into your wrists, your ankles. And then we want to bring the arms down by the side so we can support ourselves over onto one side and then push ourselves up to sitting. Thank you for practicing with me, and I hope you're feeling lovely and relaxed after that flow.